Hey, welcome back to the channel. Boy, have I got a good one for you tonight. First of all, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you so much. And if you can, hit the like button or subscribe button, as well as leave a comment. We always love to view comments from our guests and people and what you have to say because it's important to us. And if you want to text somebody real quick to tell them to jump on, we're going to have a good one tonight. So most people, my subject, most people are comfortable but not committed. Oh, yeah, they're comfortable. What do you mean by that, Al Thomas? Well, they're comfortable sitting on the couch, being what we call a couch potato, as long as it don't cost me anything, as long as I don't have to commit to something, as long as I don't have to. And this is where the struggle comes in, where most people will never amount to very much or move off the couch to become what they truly inherited to be from our man upstairs from the Lord. As long as it don't cost you nothing. I'm thoroughly convinced more people would be in business if they took the time and effort to get committed. Get out of that favorite chair, get off the couch, go learn, go read a book. I read about 3 books a month. They're not committed. I used to say a long time ago, I used to ask people when I did seminars, write down 21 things that you're committed to that money can't buy. And you folks out there around the world, I ask you the same question. Get a notepad out after this call. Write down 21 things that you're committed to. Listen to me. That money cannot buy. And most people can't get past 6 or 7 that you're committed to that money can't buy. Think about that. Well, as you do that exercise later, I want to get into today's topic, and then we're going to have some fun on this today. With every vision has a provision in front of it. Look at the word, provision. God has pro in front of the vision that he has for you. That's why it's called a provision. So you have to see it. And a lot of people can't see it because they're not meant to see it. And those that do see it sometimes don't want to commit to it. Your vision from God will be provided for you. If you want to be wealthy, let me tell you something about a provision. One day I always wanted to be successful. And I knew I wanted to work with my mind, not with my back or my hands. So I had a vision what my life would be like. And I thought about it, and I had a vision. And I think it's Proverbs 29:18 says, where there's no vision, the people perish. My vision was I wanted to be successful. I didn't know how, but I knew I wanted to be successful. And God gave me 3 billionaires that trained me. Now think about that. Not 1 billionaire, not 2 billionaires, but 3 that I know personal. 3 billionaires. Let that sink in. And one day, one of them, because I had a provision, which is where I wanted to go, he helped me concrete my vision. And let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you a story. He got with me, says, Al Thomas, what did your parents teach you about wealth, about commitment? I said, commitment? Well, I was taught, go to school, get a good education, find a good job. He goes, no, son. He says, now, if you want to be wealthy, you have to use leverage and residuals. And he started explaining that to me. He says, but most people are not committed to owning their own business. They're committed to working a job. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to get wealthy, every wealthy person has to be committed to something outside of 5 o'clock p.m. He says, what you do between 8 in the morning or 9 in the morning and 5 is your work. What you do after 5 o'clock p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. at night is your business. But you got to be, watch this, committed to it. When nothing goes right, you got to still hang in there. When you don't see nobody believe it but you still got to hang in there. So God has given you a provision, son. And he says, you know what? You're worth my time. He gave me a ride on his Gulfstream before I bought me one. And when plane landed, he goes, you know what? Here, I'm going to give you a journal and a pen, a nice pen. My first journal. He says, I want you to write these 2 words down about commitment. I said, what are they? Number 1, see the job through by staying committed all the way. Okay, I got it. So what's number 2? He says, repeat number 1. I said, wow, commitment. Look, if you know your purpose, then you are not intimidated and can't be effective. But so many people waver in their commitment by being comfortable They never get started. Folks, the hardest thing sometimes is to get started. I mean, getting started is hard. You know, it's frustrating. You know, it's frightening for a man who has no vision to get started in something, because we get discouraged. And this is what stops us from being so committed. So we get comfortable by the discouragement. Hey, you're a male. Hey, look, you're short. Hey, you're the wrong color. Hey, you'll never amount to nothing. Do you know who you are? Who you think you are? So by hearing that enough time from friends and family, it discourages us. So we stay comfortable right where we're at by not growing into the full potential. Listen up, the full potential of the man or woman that God has us to be. Because I'm thoroughly convinced every one of us was put on this earth to be a blessing to mankind in some way. And you have something so unique in you that only you can bring to the world. I firmly believe that with every fiber in me. That's why I came out with the book, God's Gift. As a matter of fact, if you haven't listened to it, it's on the channel, God's Gift, or you could download it, ebook, because that was my gift to the world, because God told me to write that book. I wrote it, it took me a couple of weeks, 3 o'clock in the morning, my hands just going. I didn't know. And it was written to help people find their gifts. So this call and this channel is just that, to help you find your gift. You know, when you look at it, most people are comfortable not being committed to anything. So take a moment. What are you committed to? And what things are stopping you from being committed? Or what things have you held down by being comfortable? Was that bowling on Wednesday night, or was it something else? What's holding you back from being the total God-given gift that he has you to be? You know, for me, doing this channel was a struggle for me, because here again, one of my gifts. Why? Because I didn't think I could do it. Why? Because of all these other things as well. So I get bogged down with them as well, but I also have breakthroughs. You know, every vision has a pro in front of it. God provision is all the vision that you need for you in your life. Your vision from God, he will provide it. You got to want it, and he will provide it. And from the day I made a decision to be committed, from what that billionaire told me, I've never looked back. Been the top of 2 companies. I've done a lot of things in my life because I keep going back to the basic instructions that I was given. You know, I look at the word Bible, B-I-B-L-E, stands for basic instruction before leaving earth. And it's all about commitments. It's all about commitments. And a lot of us can't get committed because we're so busy not looking at who we are and what we can become and what we need to grow of. You know, when I started this channel, Mr. Clemens was after me. I said, no, no, no. I said no for a long time, until one day, boop, and here we are today. But I had to learn to change my ways and look at his ways, and then open this up and start being committed to folks around the world. So it's just expand your horizon. If you know your purpose, listen to this. If you know your purpose, I'll say it again. If you know your purpose, intimidation won't slow you down. Won't slow you down. I was intimidated by my first book. I was intimidated. I'll be honest with you. I never wrote a book in my life. But guess what? Once I wrote another one. So the whole idea is get past you. And that's where the commitment comes in. You got to stay committed no matter what. It's easy to get discouraged. Discouragement's everywhere. Your purpose is to protect you from your intimidation. All of us get intimidated, like I said before, and insecurities. I mean, think about it. What insecurities do you have? We all have insecurities. How do I look? My nose is this, or my ears that. Why do we have, you know, God made you perfect. He made you perfect. So many people stop at the front door of their success and stop right there at the front door of their success and don't even open the door to walk through the threshold because of intimidation, because they don't think they're good enough, or the negative things playing in their minds about what their mom or dad said at a young age in the memory bank of your mind. What's playing up there? What's playing up there? So they don't go forward, fulfill their purpose because they're scared of the unknown. Folks, we're all scared of the unknown, but that's where true growth comes, in the unknown. Unknown is where growth comes from. And you got to stay committed till you get the job done. You know what, Mr. Thomas, what if it don't work? Okay, what have you lost? A little bit of time, grew something. There's always a silver lining in everything if you look for it. What if it does work? Well, I didn't think about that. Isn't it amazing how we put more time on thinking, what if it doesn't work? And we're not committed to seeing it through? That is one of the most important things, to see the job too. Remember this, failure is not the worst thing that can happen to you. Write that down. Failure is not the worst thing that can happen to you. Then you know what's the worst thing that could happen to you? Take a moment. What do you think? The answer, not trying at all. Not trying at all. Not trying at all. So let's go back. Get back. Get back up. You get knocked down, get back up. Knocked down, get back up. Get back up and paint your vision and purpose on the billboards of your heart so the light behind it can illuminate it and shine. Because all of us have the same fears. But the winners make it happen. We all heard of Einstein. Yes. We all heard of Bill Gates. Yes. We all heard of Jeff Bezos. Yes. But have you heard of Mr. Little? No, who's Mr. Little? He gave up on his dreams. They don't write books about people who give up. They only write books on winners. And I'm sure there's one out there with your name on it. But you got to go forth and make it real. You have to go for it. So keep looking up and encouraging yourself when nobody else is. Look up and say, I am that I am. I am. You know, courage cannot exist without fear. Fear, F-E-A-R, false education appearing real. I am the king's kid. I am meant to be great. I am meant to do something. I am going to put a dent on this earth. I am going to leave my footprint on this earth long after I go. And my tombstone is going to say this because I made a difference. What about you? What about you? So keep looking up toward the heavens from where your strength comes from. You know, I remember when I first got in network marketing, I had got discouraged. Let me tell you the story. I lived in Sacramento at the time, and had this gentleman got in and saying, listen, I live in Stockton. I'm going to have 20, 30 people over at my house. Would you come down and do a presentation for me? I said, absolutely. And as the time went on, the next couple of days, oh, man, it's going to be 25 now. Man, oh, yeah, okay. And he lived in Stockton, California. From Sacramento to Stockton in those days were about 45 minutes. Now it takes about an hour and a half because all the traffic and commuters and everything. And that day, I was supposed to do a presentation at his house and show up. As the saying goes, it rained cats and dogs. It was heavy too. And I drove all the way down to Stockton. Had my stuff in the trunk, pulled up to the house, looked at the address, looked at the house, and the address was one of those old Victorian houses where you had to go up the steps to get to the landing porch and then ring the doorbell. And I got up, got out of the car, popped the trunk, raining. I'm dripping and grabbing stuff out of the trunk, running up the stairs, not the trip, all the way up the stairs to the top floor and ring the doorbell. And I swear that when I ring the doorbell, I think the front porch light, some of the lights went out in the house. Just joking. And ding dong. Waited. Ding dong. Nothing happened, Sherry-Ann. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Nothing happened, Mr. Adrian O'Neill. And then boom, 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 boom. Nobody. And I sat there on that porch and says, I can't believe this. I just talked to him yesterday. Right time, yeah. I said, whoa. So I grabbed my stuff, went down those wet steps, popped the trunk, drenching now, putting stuff back in the trunk, slammed the trunk, opened the car door, get in, put the keys in ignition. And I sat there and I looked at the address and said, yes, that's road, not street. Okay, right place. And I said this to myself, Al Thomas, to this day, that day then, you need to make a commitment to yourself that you're going all the way. Because if somebody else did it, why can't you? So that was a defining moment for me, a defining moment. I looked up towards the heavens for where my strength come from. And I said, I'm going to be one of the best leaders I can ever be, because that motivated me. Now watch this. Why am I telling you the story? Because a lot of people got discouraged. This don't work. I can't do that. People are people. That's true. But it's got nothing to do with you. It's got nothing to do with you. I have a saying, there's only 9 bad people in the world. They just move around a lot. But that ain't got nothing to do with you, because surely there's people like me looking for me. I just got to find them. So that was a defining moment in my career. And 36 years later, guess what? Wow. What if I never started? There's 21 other people that I helped become millionaires. There's a lot of people full-time in other industries and businesses that my life had touched. And I'm grateful and thankful. But what if I never got started and said, you know what, I'm stopping? Can you imagine me at McDonald's with a Happy Meal, a hat on, and you walk up and I say, can I, for $5 more, you want to upgrade your French fries? I can't visualize that. These are those that know me. I can't, but that was a defining moment. That day, Al Thomas made a commitment to Al Thomas. When are you going to make a commitment to you, for your family, for your goals, for your dreams, for your desires? When are you going to make a commitment and then go to work and make it real? I challenge you with that. I challenge you. May your footprints be left in the sands of time of success. That you were here and you did make a difference. Because folks, you can make a difference. You realize that. There's a reason. Have you questioned, why are you here? Are you here to be comfortable, or are you here to make a commitment to something and get on with your life? Wow. You must be 100% committed at the task at hand. See, I've always been committed. I've always been committed. When I was on the bank board, if I ended up buying and everything I ever do, I've always made a commitment. I find the 5%ers, the leaders, always make commitments. And that's why they're so well sought after. Now, I'm going to leave you with 5 things I think about commitment. 5 things. And these 5 things I've been teaching for years. To be successful in any field or endeavor. 5. Number 1, you must be persistent. 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 When I started the company, I remember doing a Saturday. I mean, every Tuesday I did a meeting. Every Tuesday for years. Every Saturday I did a training. I was committed. I was persistent. You could always count on it. It was persistent, 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 persistent. Didn't care what the weather, persistent. Didn't care who got married, persistent. Because I was a man on a mission, a man on a goal. Now watch this. Well, Mr. Thomas, what about family things? Well, wait a minute, hold it. Tell me, if your job told you to show up, what are you going to do? You going to show up, or you going to go to that family thing? Yeah, that's what I thought. You'll show up. Isn't that amazing? But when we get our own business, we think we have everything else around us have to fit in, whether we fit it first and then everything fit around it. Because later in life, you can enjoy all the fruits of what you want to do. I mean, I've had some exciting times, always, because I paid the price and the cost in the beginning. Number 2, determination. Be determined to see the job through. I made a commitment to get to the top of something. I've been the top of 2 companies. Why? Because I was determined. I didn't look left. I didn't look right. I just looked straight ahead and kept going, 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 kept going. Got distracted. Hey, kept look. Hey, gotta get. If it's not in line where I want to go, I'm sorry, I don't have time for it. So many people get pushed like the wind, no matter which way it blows. Number 3, have a burning desire. Oh, not just a desire. Oh, I desire those things. No, I mean, it's burning. It's you gotta have it. You know that you know. You can't sleep at night. It makes you kick the covers off in the morning, makes you jump out of bed early, make you get things done because you have a burning desire to see it through, the job through. I know, I feel it, I taste it, I smell it, it's mine. Now go to work and make it real. Number 4, something you can't touch, you can't feel, you have to believe. It's called faith. Have faith in you, because so many of us is talking about we can't have. That's why we're not committed, because we have no faith in us. We take the polls what all our friends and family say about us, and we tend to make that what we are and who we are. No. If my parents were alive and sitting right here in front of me, and I said, I got to go to the restroom, and went to the restroom, my dad and mom, if I said I was going to the moon before I went to the restroom, they sit here and look at y'all like, I don't know when he's going, but if he says he's going, he's going. Why? Because I've always been a person of faith, but I always kept doing that. I was always persistent. I was determined. I had a burning desire because I kept everything that way. What about you? Or you just blow as the wind blows? Faith. Have faith in you. Because a lot of us, we're not born with that faith in ourselves. Always talk, oh, you're like so-and-so. No, you have faith in you. It's so important to have. And we got to get back to that around the world. Have faith in you. And the last one, number 5, is what the subject is today, is commitment. What are you committed to? Long-term, long range. What are you committed to that money can't buy? Think about it. Name 21 things. I'll give you a couple of them. Marriage, okay. Church, okay, I'm committed. What are the things you're committed to that money can't buy? Think about it. And have a homework assignment today. Write down 21 things that you're committed to that money cannot buy. You'll be amazed at what you find out about yourself. That exercise is a really profound one. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to share with you for a few minutes what most people are comfortable but not committed. I am committed to anything I put my hands to, and I'm 100% in. And that's what it takes to be a true, genuine leader, especially in today's society, because so many people are not committed to anything. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. Hey, if you can, hit the algorithm with the thumbs up, get the algorithm going for us. Leave a comment if you can. As a matter of fact, share this with 7 or 8 people, and maybe I'll discuss it. And who knows what'll come out of that. You know, I do that all the time. We have a book club on Monday night. So anyway, do that with people and watch not only that, but watch their commitment rise as well as yours. So thank you so much for your time tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you around the world. Thank you so much for listening in. We'll see you soon. Take care. God bless as always. We'll see you at the top. I will see you over the top. Have a blessed one. Bye-bye.